Good afternoon, everyone. It's a busy day at the K Show today. It's our final Tech Talk. And first of all, I'd like to thank you for taking the time, giving us your time to be here at the Milliken booth. This is the final Tech Talk, and Tech Talks are a way that Milliken wants to present some experts, people with whom Milliken is cooperating in many of the projects and the various initiatives that prepare us for a more sustainable future. This afternoon we have two experts for you, and I have to think again, on my right, your left, is Dr. Andreas Wichnik, who's R&D project manager at PreZero. And I hope I said that correctly.
Perfect.
Right, thank you. This is more of a challenge, I think. On my left, your right, is Ruben Subira.
Very well.
I hope I said that correctly.
Fantastic.
And he is Senior New Business Development Manager at Milliken. And without further ado, they're going to tell you about what's happening at PreZero, and I give the word to Andreas.
Thanks a lot. So welcome from my side as well. I'm here to present PreZero. So what I would like to show you is where we belong to. So we are a part of the Schwarz Group. So this means we are not only dedicated to the recycling, but also coming from the retailing side. So we are retailing, we have the production as well as environmental service. So this is what PreZero is all about, to handle the waste management for the Schwarz Group. As PreZero, I just wanted to mention we are operating in many different countries all across Europe and even in the US. So we are working in 11 countries, almost 500 locations. And we are currently, as PreZero, have over 30,000 employees, and we are still growing. So we are dedicated to waste management, we are dedicated to sorting, and we are dedicated to recycling. Coming now to PreZero Polymers especially, so this is the recycling division of PreZero. We have in total 5 plants, 3 in the US and the rest, and 3 in the US, so 5 in Europe. And altogether we now reached 400 employees there. So where are we located? We are located once in Austria, in the southern part of Austria. We are in the northern part of Italy. We have a new plant in the central part of Germany, and even 2 plants, very new, also in the northern parts of Germany. Currently, we are capable of doing more than 200,000 tons of polymers a year, so of recycling them, dedicated to the different products like PP, like PE, like PS, and also 25,000 tons in flexible packaging. Just to explain what we at Polymers are doing and where is our starting point, what is the end of the material, or when is our process finished, let's call it like that. We get from our sorting lines the pre-sorted bales. So this means, for example, in terms of PP, we get a PP bale that was already pre-sorted. What we then do is, you see it here in the first picture, we are shredding it, crushing it to small flakes. We are then washing it and sorting it, because this is more or less linked. When you wash it, you automatically sort it in terms of density. We are then doing the extrusion and pelletization. So during the extrusion step, what we also do is to additivate our material. So we use the additives there. And at the end, you have this product, the granules, which we are then selling to converters or other customers. Now I want to come to this project, what we did together with Milliken, and tell you what are the facts and what are the benefits of these products. Even if you're sorting very pure, you're just ending up with pure PP. At the end of the day, you don't have one grade of PP. We always have a mixture of different grades of PP. So this is more or less, you cannot do anything better. Even if by the highest standards, you will end up with 100%. And it still will be a mixture of caps, of sheets, of buckets, of bottles, and so on. So it's logical that these have all different properties. Yeah, a cap has other properties than the bottles and so on. So we have to find a way of homogenizing it to make it usable again in the industry. What are now the benefits from Hyperform, what we tested and what we did in this project? It has a higher crystallization temperature. So this means it's leading to a quicker nucleation and a earlier final stiffness, to call it like this, because we have many different grades. And since these PP grades, they tend to nucleize slower and faster. And with the Hyperform, we can even this out and homogenize that. The crystallization stability during the post-injection molding period is also very important. When you take out the parts, they should be some kind of stable. So if you stack them, they should not get deformed. So this is a benefit what we can add to the product. And also an improve in dimension and control and warpage and something like this. So just what I wanted to show here is some of the products that we are doing in general. So as you see, it's quite a big variety. So we are doing something for building and construction, for industry, garden and agriculture, furniture, households, automotive, as well as sports, rigid and flexible packaging. So just some pictures, products that are currently made of PreZero material, all commercially available. Yeah, and then that's the part what I wanted to present to you today. And now we'll hand over to Ruben.
Thank you very much, Andreas, for the great presentation, and Willem for your introduction. The name was exact and rightly pronounced.
It's actually
Willem.
No, okay.
So it is a pleasure for me to give you an introduction of Milliken and the products. So Milliken is a company founded in 1865, so a lot of history, and has been growing since then tremendously, and to be now what it is, a multinational company with more than 8,000 employees, more than 70 global locations, present in 14 countries. And through our 4 divisions within Milliken, textiles, chemical, floor covering, and healthcare, we produce an extensive product portfolio covering a wide range of different markets. When it's about chemical, and particularly plastics, our customers trust us in develop together in partnership solutions when it's about impacting the circularity of the product. So in this sense, we have clearly defined our sustainability goals for 2025. Actually, these are 12 goals in total. We have grouped them into 3 different focuses. People, very important, extremely important actually. I'm not going to go into details for all this, but just mention the 2 first ones. Zero lost time safety incidents, absolutely commit to an inclusive associate community. Products, all our products and developments need to be aligned with sustainability assessments. And planet, we've dedicated 6 goals to planets to impact positively in the environment. So all in all, this, how I call it, sustainability journey, you cannot do it alone anymore. So you need now more than ever to partnership together with the different stakeholders across the chain, from the, let's say, additive producer to the specifier to the converters. This is very important to be aligned and go and navigate all together within the same direction. And this is actually our vision. Our vision is to boost circularity and enhance plastics through innovation and collaboration. And that's actually what we did with PreZero, and we are very thankful for that, to participate in this project that we started developing more than 1 year ago and now being successfully commercialized, to help recycle PP to be a bit closer to what is the virgin PP, which was our purpose. But let's talk about what actually Hyperform does, right? This looks a busy slide, but I'm not going to go into details, okay? So basically what you have here is a typical, or let's say an example, right, of what is the feedstock recycled PP. This is a composition of different PCR, post-consumer resins, post-industrial resins. So a variety of, let's say, different nucleations, very wide, very, very, very big, different performances in control dimensions. So what our product does is basically bring all this into a much higher crystallization temperature, overriding all these nucleations effects here, and bringing it closer to the isotropy number 1, making all this much smaller. With regards crystallization half times, if I can capture your attention here, I will just show you two things. One, this point here is where the crystallization starts, and the length of these lines, okay? So if we look on the purple line, that's the typical crystallization of a recycled PP without iPerform. If we look on the blue line, that's the crystallization that happens when it contains iPerform. If you look at this, what it happens is that you have a longer line, a longer length, within the same fraction of time compared to the other one. This is translated into a quicker crystallization time and earlier, right? All these slides might look complex. So if I'm a converter and I'm listening all this, I say, how is this translated into practicalities, let's say it this way? First of all, very important, cycle time reduction, crystallization. You are able to reduce your cooling time within the cycle time to make the recycled PP closer to the virgin. In other words, for a converter means that they can use more recycled content in their products. Now, typically a converter needs to mix or do blends of recycled PP, virgin PP, to make effective what they look at, which is the mechanicals and properties. With this, you can already increase your contents of recycled PP. Control dimension, very important. As Andreas mentioned it before, stability in the crystallization, also in the post-industrial molding process. Means if you are producing parts, and these parts are 100% recycled PP, these parts after the injection molding process tend to continue crystallize. So if these parts are big and you get them stored, they might get deformed. So our nucleators, our technology, iPerform, what it does is it helps actually to reduce these crystallization timings and make it more effective at the end. And also batch-to-batch control. So that's another, let's say, big challenging that we're having when we're talking about recycled PP, that obviously the feedstock varies and the batch-to-batch production might vary. So what a converter wants is a complete uniformity in the process, so they don't have to change temperatures and setups and cycle times. So this technology, what it does is it allows to minimize for a converter having to change and switching temperatures and cycle times, because there's going to be more consistency batch to batch. And that's what I had. Very thankful to be on this cooperation with PreZero, driving together and advancing circularity, in particular on products with PreZero. That's it.
Thank you very much. Now, I am sure that you all have burning questions, but I did have a couple of my own, actually, first of all. And that was, I heard you say commercialization. Is the process underway? Has it been tested? Where are we?
The process is more or less industrial tested, so it's commercially available. And you can even see it at the show. Tomorrow there will still be a live presentation, so you can see the product in place. So just join the booth and check it.
Yeah, actually, as Andrea said, this is a product which is commercial, so it's being now in the market. Converters are using it. There has been actually 2 live events within the show. The last one is happening tomorrow at 3:30, if I'm not wrong, at EREMA booth. Okay.
Which is an outdoor pavilion, I believe. Yeah. People will find it. I'm sure if you want to get there, you will. Gentlemen, what are the next steps? I don't know who wants to answer that first.
Well, the next steps, I think, as a recycler, you're always facing different issues because your input is changing and everything. So there will be new challenges, and I think there will be new projects. So new challenges, new opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. We all know, right? We are in a paradigm change within the industry. So there's a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties. Maybe we will not be able to overcome all alone, but yes, together, actually. And we're working with Andreas, with PreZero. Milliken and PreZero are committed on sustainability and circularity. So the intention is to continue collaborate not only with the Austrian plant, but the Italian as well, to whenever it's needed to make things happening closer to the virgins, because we need to close this loop. So using a recycled PP is going to be, or it has to be, at the future the target for the converters.
Thank you very much indeed for being here. Thank you very much for giving up your time. Thank you to the presenters, and I hope you have a good continuation of the K-Show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.